Thru. I'm your host, Tony T, as we broadcast live here on Pick Dawgz and Sports Chat Place YouTube channel throughout social media. We will get you out here before the top of the hour, give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games. That's what we do here in the drive-thru Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Deliver live free picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later. And to deliver those winners, professional handicappers over at Pick Dawgz and Sports Chat Place will meet the cappers and get right to the picks because we don't mess around here on the drive-thru. Let's say hello to Wayne. Wayne, what's going on?
What's happening, Tony T? Very solid basketball card overall. College basketball and NBA. Excited to discuss it with the guys and put these people on some winners for today.
Absolutely. And Rod, what's going on?
No, not too much, Tony. Just trying to stay hot. Hot. Spring's around the corner. One of those Cobra chickens flew by, so can't complain. We hit our 11th straight 10-star college basketball play of the day, going for our straight 12th. So let's get to it. Today's action, trying to hit 12 straight. I think this is the biggest heater of my life so far, so let's try to continue it. Knock on some wood.
Very good. So, let's do it. Keep it rolling here. We'll say hello to
Dawgz.
Hey, Tony. How you doing? Coming off, another positive night here. Looking to finish the college basketball season up strong. Regular season finishing up here. Conference tournament action right around the corner, and looking forward to it.
Absolutely, yeah, me as well. I've come off a good day yesterday, so let's get to it here. NBA, we'll get it started here with the card. It's a 9-game card. We'll do the 3 blocks of 3, so let's get this one underway as we begin here. NBA with Raptors and Magic. Magic now up to 7.5, total 207.5. We got Rockets and Pacers. Pacers 4, total 231. Warriors and Knicks. Knicks coming down here, chopped about in half, down to 2, total 226. We'll tell you about the injuries here. Houston and Indiana. We got Van Fleet out. Everybody else in for Houston. We knew that was some sort of scam there early this morning. Mathurin here will be out here for Indiana. Toronto and Orlando here. Toronto got Agbaji, Battle, Grady Dick, Ingram, Temple out. On the Orlando side, Anthony is questionable. To note here, Jalen Suggs has been ruled out for the year. That knee surgery is going to keep him out for the year. They had to scope his knee. He will not return, so Jalen Suggs will no longer be showing up on the injury report for Orlando. Out for the season, Jalen Suggs. We'll look at this Warriors and Knicks game here. Kuminga and Payton are out. Curry still remains questionable. Let me click the link on Curry to see what the latest is on Steph. Game time decision here. Right ankle soreness. So let's see. They got the massage guys out there. Maybe these. Well, yeah, I won't say anything about it anymore there to help get that, help soothe that pain there. Then soreness on the Knicks side. Karl Anthony Towns is a big name. Personal issues. He's out. Huck Porty is also out for the Knicks, so let's get this one underway here with Damien.
I'm going to take the Raptors here with the points against the Magic. I know I realize they just played Sunday here in Orlando with the Raptors winning by 2. The Magic do have revenge on their lines. I just think this is a little bit too generous of a line. The Magic have lost 4 to last 5. And the only win in that span is coming against the Wizards. So I'm going to take the Raptors here with the points. And then taking a look here at the Warriors-Knicks. I had liked the Knicks previous to the Karl Anthony Towns just being ruled out. The Warriors being here on the second half of a back-to-back. Curry rolling his ankle or hurting his ankle last night in Charlotte. There's going to be the third night in 4 days. I do lean New York, just not as strongly right now with the news that Karl Anthony Towns being out.
Yeah, from Damien. Next up, we move on over to Rod.
Yeah, looking at this Raptors-Orlando game, I'm going to stick with the under. It's not broke, don't fix it. The last 5 meetings head-to-head, I've all seen the under, including that last meeting where it was 206 was the total. Books of just a little bit, made it 207.5 there in that one. I still think it's too high. Give me the under 207.5 in that matchup. First to 100 type thing there. You look at all 3 of the meetings this season have all come under that number. It would even come under the number of this 207. So maybe under there. That one. And then with that news of Towns out, you know what? I don't know. That's just, it's one of those. Give me the under 225. I think that's just not a lot of points going to be scored in that one. Slower pace. This is what we're going to see in Toronto and Orlando. Either way, we get the under 225 in that matchup.
Yeah, from Rod. Next
2 I like there in the first. 2 I like there in the first ones.
2 in that one. Next up, we move right on over to Wayne.
In honor of Mitch, I just gotta say, Rod, that was one hell of a sound. I don't know what that was. I'm just messing with I'll just teasing you, brother. I'm gonna go with the Rockets and the Pacers, and this line just looks very fishy. The Rockets coming off a back-to-back. I know the Pacers have owned them, especially straight up, but I'm riding with the Rockets, man. In this spot, after a loss, they are 60% on the season, while Pacers after the win are 42% on the season. Pacers at home favorite. Decent 57%, but the Rockets as a road dog, 9-4-1 at 69%. Rockets also play well against when they're going against the opposite conference, East Conference. But besides those stats that I like, Rockets attack the goal. That's something that Pacers guards struggle with. They want you to shoot the three, and the Rockets will refuse to shoot the three. They attack the goal. They're a strong rebounding team. Pacers kind of live by and die by that three. 7th in 3-point, and Rockets defended three very well. I think this line is telling me all I need to know. I'm gonna take the Rockets in the road dog spot, coming off a back-to-back. That's it for this time slot.
There from Wayne, I tell you what I think about some of these games here, and this Rockets and India Pacers. I like the over in this game. Rockets, you think of the Rockets of a defensive team, but not on the road. They're 20-11 on the road this season because they're giving up 46% shooting away from home. Pacers 18-9 the over at home. We look at Pacers over their past 5 games in great shooting form, but not really good defensive form, shooting 53%, but allowing a 50% shooting here there. So I'll be looking at this over in here. You look at the past 3 on the road for the Rockets. They're giving 126 points per 100 possessions there. Too many. I like Toronto here at plus the points against Orlando. Orlando is a team that's really had some struggles offensively, hitting just 43%, 30% from 3 over their past 5 games. Getting outscored by 6 points a game. You know, you get Toronto here on the road as a dog of 3.5 to 9.5. They've covered 7 of 10. I'll take Toronto in that spot. And in that Warriors game, Warriors for me is going to be a pass. I would have liked them I would like the Knicks more with obviously Karl Anthony Towns. That injury there has me confused in that one. All right, let's continue here on the drive-through as we get ready here for the next series of games here from the NBA. In these 3, we've got Bucks and Hawks. Bucks 6, total 244 in this one. We got Cavaliers and Bulls. Cavs 13, total 242.5. Sixers and T-Wolves. T-Wolves 14, total 221.5. Let's take a look at the injury report here for these series of games. Bucks and the Hawks. We've got Connaughton, Nance, Portis out for Milwaukee. Kuzma is questionable. Giannis probable. On the Hawks side, Nance, Krejci out. Plowden will be probable. On the game between Cleveland here, we got in that one. That's that we do have. We have Cleveland and Chicago. Mobley is out for Cleveland. On the Chicago side, no Vucevic, no Williams, Werder, Giddey, Ball questionable, White probable there. Sixers and T-Wolves. On the Sixers side, no Maxey, no Lowry, Grimes, George, Edwards are questionable. Oubre probable. On the Minnesota side, Gobert out, Randall questionable. So they are caught up here with the injuries in this block. We get it underway here with Damian.
Yeah, I know it's a big number here, but I'm going to be laying it with the Timberwolves. Philly just played last night, lost against Portland in Philadelphia, and the Sixers have absolutely no incentive to win right now. They're not going to make the playoffs. Should they actually squeak in the pathetic Eastern Conference here, they're not going to do any damage, especially with no Embiid or Maxey injured right now. But like I said, Sixers have no incentive to win. They lose their draft pick unless it's a top 6 pick. So, they finish anything 7 or lower, they're not getting that draft pick. That's pretty important. So, Sixers have no incentive to win. They've been getting crushed on a routine basis, and I think the Timberwolves lay it on them again. From
Damian, next up we move on over to Rod.
I'll give it to you. I'm not laying anything. I'm passing on that game. I can't. I know the Sixers are bad, but the Timberwolves good to be laying minus 14. Nope. Sorry, Wade. There's that sound again, but I'm not doing. I can't do that. That's a complete pass for me on that one. Lean Timberwolves, but I can't do it there. For me, looking at the Cavs taking on the Bulls, Cavs probably win this one. Bulls missing a few guys, right? So that totals at 243. I don't see a whole track meet from either of these sides that are going to get us to get over this 243. Give me the under there in that matchup. It's just too many points. Cleveland probably drops $1.20 on the Bulls, and the Bulls get 100. And what are you at, 220? Yeah, not even close to getting over that total. Give me the under, 243 in the Cavs and the Bulls. And then it's I don't want to lay that kind of the 6 with the Bucks on the road, so I would lean to the Atlanta Hawks plus the 6 in that matchup. Look at the Bucks on the road, 11-17 against that number on the road. But the Hawks at home, 12-16 against the number themselves. NBA is not the greatest, I'm telling you. But I would lean to the Hawks there plus the 6 in that matchup.
From Rod up to Wayne.
Yeah, and that Bulls versus Cavs game, it does sort of feel like the Bulls can keep this within 9 or 10, but they haven't impressed me when it comes to covering double-digit spreads. Yeah, they're going on a little streak recently. You seen it been broken yesterday, but these are all single-digit spreads. When it comes to double-digit spreads, the books have been right, and it's been out against them. They get blown out pretty bad. We have another double-digit spread against the Cavs, the team that I've been pretty hard on, but they continue to impress offensively and defensively. The main thing for me, it's hard for me to lay this type of points with the Bulls because of their defense and the way the Cavs continue to explode offensively. I trust the Cavs a little bit more to cover that 12.5, 13.
From Wayne, I'll tell you what I think here about some of these games. I like the under with Milwaukee and Atlanta. Bucks on really good defensive form over their past 5 home teams at 43% shooting, just 29% from 3. They're 8-5 the under with rest advantage, 6-1 the under in their past 7 on the road. Hawks 8-4 the under in back-to-back games, so I'll look the under in that one. Let's see, I don't want to lay it with Cleveland. That's stay away from that one. Sixers and Timberwolves also going to go under in this one. T-Wolves 6-3 the under at home against losing teams. They do defend here a little better. We look at Sixers here really having a struggle shooting the basketball. Minnesota not shooting the ball as well. Sixers 9-7 the under as a road dog. So I'll look the under in that one. All right, let's continue here on the drive-thru as we look to close out the NBA with these final 3 on the board. Nets and Spurs. Spurs down to 3.5, total 229.5. Clippers and Suns. Clippers moving up now to 3 here, total 224.5. Pelicans and Lakers. Lakers have moved up about a half point. Now to Lakers 9, total 228.5. Let's take a look at the injury report here for these final 3 on the board for tonight. And we'll start here with Brooklyn and San Antonio. Clowney is out here for Brooklyn. Count Basie still out here for San Antonio. Clippers and the Suns. No Jones, no Powell, no Simmons. On the Suns side, no Martin. Beal is questionable. Pelicans and the Lakers. I can't believe for the first time in a long time, Pelicans, a clean injury report. Yes, you heard me right. Boy, look at the Lakers side here. Out is Reeves, Morris, Kleber, Hakamura, Goodwin. Doncic and James are probable. So there you go, caught up here with the injury report. Again, I think this is the first time I've said this year the Pelicans clean on the clean sheet tonight on injuries. We started off here with Damian.
Yeah, in this late slate here, I'm going to lay the small road chalk here with the Clippers. You take a look at the Suns. It's the 27th ranked defense in the league. They went 3-10 in the month of February. They're 0-1 to start March. They are the worst team in the league in the NBA against the spread. So I'm going to take the Clippers here in this one.
There from Damian. Next up, we move on right over to Rod.
Yeah, for me, looking at these games here, you know what? I'm going to take the Brooklyn Nets plus the points here in that one. You look at Brooklyn as a road dog between 3.5 and 9.5 points this season. 6-2 ATS is Brooklyn, so over possession, I will take the Nets in that matchup. And then another one I'm looking at here is I'll take the Suns on the money line. I don't trust the Clippers. I'm burnt on the Clippers. I will just keep fading those guys until the cows come home. Now they're on the do not bet list, but they're also on the fade list. So give me the Suns plus the 3 in that matchup. It's like both of these clubs have not been good. Suns at home 9-20, so they've covered 9 in 30 games at home. But the Clippers on the road, same. They've covered 11 out of 30. 0-5. That calendar turned into March, and all of a sudden the Clippers were like, "Wee, take-a-thon," like they did last year. Maybe somebody got the memo from last year or this year. I don't know, but I'll take the Suns at home in that one at the plus price. think I'm going to take them outright over the Clippers money line as well.
There you go from Rod. Next up, we move right on over to Wayne.
Man, as my guy Rod said earlier, if it's not broke, don't fix it. We're gonna continue to ride that under with the Lakers in New Orleans. As Tony mentioned, the plethora of guys out for the Lakers. Also, shout out to JJ Redick for finally getting these guys to play some defense on the Lakers. On the flip side of that, New Orleans has not been playing good defense, but they have a team that can play defense with Trent Murphy, solid defender. Messi, solid defender. Even Zion can defend when he wants to. And I just don't trust the offense from either one of these teams right now. And I do see the defensive side of the ball being played in this style of game. So I'm going to take the under 226, I believe it was.
Yeah, the smaller guys are fast, and the wing defense so important now to defend those threes. That's something that people think of. We talked so much, Wayne, about rim protection, but wing perfection, defending that three is just as big, if not bigger, these days in the NBA.
Nah, for sure. You see what the Knicks did, just going out and getting a plethora of wings, and it's actually working. Their team looks better and better. We discussed the depth issues off the bench, but their starting five can go up toe to toe with anybody with all those wings, as Tony just mentioned.
Absolutely. All right, I'll tell you what I think about these games here. I'm going to look at the Spurs. The current form for the Nets has me worried here over their past five, giving up 51% shooting, 36% from three, getting outscored by 11 a game. Shooting the ball poorly, 40%, 29% from three. Spurs over this span defending 3-point line. Remember, the Nets are a team that's looking to tank as well. Yes, you're going to see healthy starters in here, but they don't play. If you look at their box scores, it's a laundry list of guys with a bunch of minutes. So they pretty much shuffle the deck here a lot. And they probably play the reverse analytics game in the end game too. So I wouldn't trust the Nets here the rest of the season in some spots here. I'll look Spurs there. Let's see here. Yeah, I kind of agree with the line move in this one. Clippers 8-2 to the money line on the road against losing teams. If you get a good money line, I would look more the Clippers money line because they beat these bad teams. That's what they do. Suns 9-20 to the spread at home. But again, the Clippers have been able to beat bad teams on the road. Again, I'm going to take I understand the love for the Lakers, but I said before, the Pelicans are healthy as they've ever been. They got a clean sheet today. The Pelicans have won 4 of 5. The one game they lost is when they sat everybody in that back-to-back against Phoenix. So when they've had everybody in the lineup, they've won every game. So I'll look at the Pelicans here plus the points. All right, let's continue here on the drive-through as we get ready here to take a look over to college hoops. We got some more conferences in action today, conference tournaments in there, as well as some bigger games here as we get to the graphic right now. So let's get to the college basketball card for tonight. In this block, we're going to cover the games here at 7 Eastern and 7:30 Eastern time because we've got a boatload of games at that hour. So 7 Eastern, 7:30 Eastern there. We can see Maine and UMass low in action here. Some of these smaller conferences in action here. Georgia and South Carolina have started as well. But in this block, it's going to be the 7 o'clocks and the 7:30 Eastern. So we'll get through it here in just a second. You're going to see some ACC, some MAC action in there as well. Rutgers, Purdue going to lay there. Detroit Mercy, North Kentucky. We've got as well the Horizon League starting their conference tournaments today. Nice win there in the A-10, Dayton and St. Louis. Creighton, Seton Hall. This one's come down. It was 10 earlier, down to 9.5. Some smaller Patriot League action there. Akron and Toledo as well. We talked about the MAC tournament. Some more tournaments coming in here as well. Well, not the MAC tournament, but some of the smaller conferences. VCU, Duquesne. VCU is the class of the A-10 this year, laying big numbers on the road. And we got the another Horizon League, Oakland and Green Bay and Horizon League play. Will the Gollies live another day? I don't know. They're big dogs in this one. This might be it for them. Bowling Green, Northern Illinois. Some more MAC action game. Virginia Tech in North Carolina here. Tar Heels going to be laying about 8 on the road in this one. LSU, Kentucky. Kentucky now 12. Total 156.5. Memphis and UTSA here. Memphis laying a big number here on the road. Texas, Mississippi State. Actually, we're going to not cover that in this block. We're just going to go to the 7 Eastern games in this block. So we stop it here. So let's get this block underway here with Damien.
Taking a look here at Creighton, Seton Hall. I'm going to lay that number with Creighton. They're coming off a pretty bad performance against Xavier, but this is a veteran team, and Seton Hall has just been awful all year, 7-22 in the year. I think that their one bright spot was that win over Connecticut, but other than that, they've just been awful. Creighton beat them by 25 in the first meeting, so I'm going to lay that number with Creighton on the road against Seton Hall. And I like the points with Rutgers at Purdue. Rutgers, they're just a game under 500, but they have won 2 of their last 3. They lost that tough 2-point game their last time out against Michigan. But this Rutgers team, it has talent on it. I mean, Dylan Harper, Ace Bailey, projected lottery picks. I just think 9.5, 10 points is just too much for Purdue to be laying, and I'll be on Rutgers with that one with the points.
From Damien, next up we move on over to Rod.
You can get 11 now in that matchup. I see 11s and 10s and halves and some big numbers in that game. I like the over in that Rutgers and Purdue game. Rutgers on the road defensively definitely can give up the points. Purdue can score some, and give up some points themselves. 151, I think I have this total at into the 160s. Give me the over Rutgers and Purdue in that matchup. And then I like Miami O here against Buffalo. Buffalo got a big win last week, winning outright as a big dog in that one. So back-to-back big dog wins, no, not for Buffalo. Buffalo's not the team to be winning. Back-to-back outright dog wins there. Give me Miami O by 10+ there. Another one I'm looking at here is give me Lehigh plus the points. It's up to 3 now, so I'll take the 3 points with Lehigh. Loyola MD, they're not been good as the favorite. 1-11 ATS is the favorite this season, and laying 3 at home, not where you want to be putting your money. Take Lehigh plus the 3 in that matchup. And then look at Green Bay and Oakland. You know what? I will take Green Bay plus that points. They've been 5-0 ATS and rolling right along, covering these big double-digit spreads. So give me Green Bay plus the points in that matchup.
From Rod, next up we move on over to Wayne.
Yeah, a couple of WTF games in this early slot, and I don't know what's going on with the line makers, but I'm going to try to take advantage of them. Give me Bowling Green versus NIU. NIU has been pretty trash all season long. Bowling Green beat this team pretty healthily earlier in January. They've also had their number over their last 10. Just don't trust NIU offensively. Bowling Green's a solid offensive team. While Bowling Green can lay an egg defensively some games and on the road, I think this time of the season we see the better side of Bowling Green, and they go out here and win this game by at least 6-7 points. We're getting 4.5. Line's kind of moving to the 5-ish, so go ahead and lay that with Bowling Green. Another WTF game, Eastern Michigan versus Ohio. Eastern Michigan just getting too many points. They kept this within the number that they're getting tonight. Last time they played Ohio, these are 2 more evenly matched teams. Offense, and once again for Eastern Michigan, I think can keep them within this number against Ohio. Sometimes these books exaggerate home court advantage when some of these small schools don't have a real home court, like a team like Ohio, a smaller D1 school. And I got my Virginia Tech Hokie hat on, but I'll be fading them tonight versus UNC. They just don't have the talent, depth, and defense to hang in here. I know it's been kind of an off year for UNC, but they'll beat the Hokies by at least 10 in this spot.
They're from Wayne. Tell you what I think here about these games tonight. I'll be looking at LSU and Kentucky to go over the total here. Kentucky 9-6 to the over as a home favorite. This is a Wildcats team that's good offensively, but boy, they're just brutal on the defensive side, giving 48% shooting over their past 5. They do shoot the ball well at home. LSU actually over their past 5 hitting 46%. I like the over there in that one. I'll go ahead and take the points here with Seton Hall plus the 10. Pirates have covered 5 of 9 as home dogs. Blue Jays, a little bit of a shooting slump over their past 4 games. Failing to cover their 4 of their past 4 games, but over their past 5, shooting just 44%. So I'll look at the Hall in that one. Let's continue here on the drive-thru as we'll close out college hoops here with these final games from 8 Eastern time all the way to, I believe, 11 Eastern tonight on the board from college hoops. So these will be some of the games, Texas and Mississippi in the SEC, that we'll be looking at there. Villanova, Georgetown here. Georgetown getting some points here. Temple, Tulsa, AAC action. Back to the horizon here in their tournament. Baylor and TCU. Baylor laying points on the road here against TCU, total 140. UL Monroe in Louisiana in the Sun Belt. Interesting concept there with their conference tournament. If you take a look at that bracket, it'll blow your mind here. New Mexico now the favorite in this game. They were the dogs earlier, so New Mexico now won a total 149.5. Nebraska, Ohio State here, Big Ten action. Syracuse and SMU. Syracuse getting a bundle. They do cover games, but this is a big test against SMU. Boise State and Air Force. BYU getting a lot here, 9 against Iowa State. BYU one of the top shooting teams in the Big 12. Colorado State and San Jose State. Is it Friday today? Well, we'll see how they do on Tuesday. Tonight here as they face Colorado State. Florida State, Virginia going head-to-head here. Virginia laying some points. Indiana, Oregon. Oregon at home. Going to lay a bundle here. Utah at home with a new coach. Auburn laying 4 now on the road at Texas A&M. Some late night game. Arkansas going to give Vanderbilt the 10 o'clock Eastern slate there. It is 9 o'clock in that time zone, so it's not that late. Although you would think Vanderbilt is not in the Eastern time zone. Wyoming, Fresno State, more action. San Jose State and UNLV going head to head, and the rivalry out in the desert. Arizona now up from 17.5 up to 18 against the Sun Devils, total 154.5. We start this block off with Damien.
I'm going to be laying the points here at home with Mississippi State. Texas just lost 6 of the last 7. They really seem to have hit a wall, and they've been, especially bad on the road this season. So I'm going to lay the points here with Mississippi State in that one. BYU at Iowa State. BYU I like a lot, but I'm going to lay the points here with Iowa State. It's another team that, outside of that Arizona game, it's a team that's been really bad on the road this season. Iowa State, when they're healthy, man, they can beat just about anybody in the country, and they've been an absolute truck at home. So I'm going to lay the points with Iowa State in that one. And then another one, I'm going to lay the points here. I'm going to lay the points here with the Vandy against Arkansas. Vanderbilt's looked really good lately, just beat 3 straight ranked teams. Arkansas just, in a game that they really needed kind of against South Carolina, they got whooped by the worst team in the SEC. So I'm not sure that they're ready to play in this one. Vandy's looked good. I'm going to lay the points with Vandy in that one.
From Damien, next up we move right on over to Rod.
Yeah, I agree. Vandy's cooking themselves up some hog tonight. Everybody's going to be eating some bacon there, so definitely agree with Vandy cooking up the hogs there tonight in that matchup. And then, man, I've been looking at this all day. It hasn't moved. Baylor minus 30.5 there on the road. I don't know about that one. Baylor's 1-8 ATS on the road this season, and it's just and they've been laying 3.5, and that thing hasn't budged. So the book's happy. It's one of those spots. Give me the over 139.5. I think both teams can score plenty enough to get over, because I think if Baylor wants to win this, they're going to have to score some points. And a 3.5, it's like, it almost looks like the book's trying to bait you into TCU in that one, going, come on, don't you want the home dog at a 3.5? We know Baylor's ass on the road, and come on. I like the over, though. Give me the over 139 in that one with the lean to Baylor getting the job done there. Another one I like here is I'm going to take Texas A&M on the money line here against Auburn. Yeah, congratulations, Auburn. You won the SEC regular season championship title there. Looked like you had a big celebration. Everybody was whooping it up on Saturday. A lot of dancing and celebrating, and everybody's seen what Texas A&M has done over their last 3, and it hasn't been pretty. Depending where you got the number, they got themselves a cover last time. It opened 11.5, popped up to 12.5. So you either got to push or you won with LSU last time against Texas A&M. But back here at home, I think they get themselves a win. Texas A&M, one of the top teams in the nation at offensive rebounding. And I think that Auburn probably sits a couple of guys. Broom and Jones definitely dealing with some injuries. So are they going to throw them out there? It wouldn't surprise me one bit if they sit this one. It's definitely a game time decision for those guys. I looked at Doug, and I can't find it. It's questionable at best for these guys playing tonight, especially when you got the tournament right around the corner. It's just one of those spots. I like Texas A&M on the money line to outright Auburn in that one. And then the other one I'm looking at in the later slate of games is that ASU and Arizona. You know what? Give me the over. I think that turns into a track meet there between both those schools. No defense being played, minus 18.5. Yeah, I think we cruise into the 160s in that matchup. Give me the over, ASU and Arizona.
Yeah, from Rod. Next up, we over to Wayne.
Yeah, sort of like last week in this late slide, I just have a freemium for y'all. One nuke. I think it was UAB, the one that I bet and gave out last week over Wichita. But take Ohio State over Nebraska. Ohio State working with revenge. As I just gave my spiel about home teams not really having home court advantage. Well, Ohio State is the program that has a home court advantage. It's going to be rocking in there, coming in there with the revenge. laying 6. They have a very strong offense. Meanwhile, Nebraska offense can get going, but more so at home. On the road, I just don't see it. I don't see them being able to keep up in that environment offensively, and their defense is kind of on the slack side. So I'm going to ride with Ohio State, lay to 6, as they should get close to a double-digit win, if not a double-digit win.
That's from Wayne. Tell you what I think here about some of these games here. I'm going to take Nevada here in this one. Wolfpack has shot the ball well at home, 50%, holding teams at 42% shooting. Lobos have failed to cover 5 straight because the defense has gotten rotten over their past 5. Got 48% shooting. Again, it's failed to cover their past 5 in a row. This is a Nevada team that can shoot inside. They force turnovers defensively. I'll look at them in there. I'll look at the bubble team, Arkansas plus the points. Arkansas away from home, 45% shooting. But Vanderbilt is the worst defensive team in college, in the SEC. Give up 40% from 3, 56% inside. You're going to lay more than 2 possessions with Vanderbilt with that defensive. No, thank you. I'll take Arkansas plus the points. Give me the points with Arizona State. This is a rivalry game. We saw Arizona State go to Houston, force overtime. So in a spot like this, they can get up, this is their Super Bowl. They're not going anywhere. You know that. This Arizona State team, probably a first-round knockout in the Big 12 tournament. But this will be their Super Bowl here against Arizona. I'll take the points here. Sun Devils away from home defend and covered 11 of 16. Wildcats had a bit of a shooting funk over their past 5 games, hit just 43%. It's going to be Sun Devils plus the points. All right, we got you through college hoops. Now it's time to take a look at the NHL here for tonight's card. Pretty sizable card tonight here on the ice. So let's get the graphics ready here for the NHL for tonight. So let's get to the games here. We'll start here in this first block. We'll just cover the 707s here. Just the 707s here in this first block here on the ice. And the first one we got here, Flames and Flyers here. We see the Flyers $1.41, total 5.5. Predators and Bruins. We've got the Bruins $1.33, total 5.5. Hurricanes and Red Wings. Hurricanes $1.87, total 6. Sharks and Sabres here. We got the Sabres $2.06, total 6.5. Blue Jackets and Lightning. We've got the Lightning $1.44, total 6.5. And that's where we're going to stop. We're just doing the 707s in this block, and we get it started here with Damien.
Yeah, one that I like here in this block is I like the Blue Jackets against Tampa Bay. I realize Columbus hasn't been the greatest team on the road this year, but they're going to be getting Tampa Bay off a back-to-back, and that means they won't see Vasilevsky in that. It's going to be Johansson. Jackets here, the top wild card team in the East. I think they give a really good effort here, and I like them to win this one. Take them at the plus money.
From Damon over to Rod.
Yeah, I agree. Give me the Columbus Blue Jackets there in that spot. Not only are the Lightning on the back-to-back spot, this is the third game at 4-night situation, and as I've mentioned plenty of times, third night 4 situation hasn't fared. Teams have not fared so well since the return from the Four Nations break. A lot of these clubs have played a lot of hockey since we've come back from the Four Nations. And a lot of these 3 and 4 popped up, and I believe it's 6 and 18 now are teams in that 3 and 4 spot. So give us Columbus there in that matchup. Another one I like at this spot here is give me the under between Calgary and Philadelphia. You look at Calgary, 6 straight unders. You got Urson getting the start there in that one. It looks like Wolf getting the start for Calgary. So 2 solid goalies. First of 3 wins that one with the lean to the Flyers as Calgary is a road dog. Not been good this season as all. So lean to the Flyers in that matchup. And then looking at Carolina taking on Detroit, it's almost you got to lean to Detroit just because. But Carolina on the road has been awful. 3 games below 500. And you get a nice plus price on Detroit, but I like the under 6.5. Lower scoring one there. And then one more. Give me the San Jose Sharks. They got a nice win over Toronto. Both these clubs here, San Jose and Buffalo. Third game, 4-night situation for both clubs. You're just looking, do you want to lay minus 225 with a Buffalo club, or are you going to take a shot with the Sharks to win back-to-back, continue that momentum after beating the Leafs? I'll take a shot with the Sharks to continue that momentum after beating the Leafs.
Yeah, from Rod. Next up, we'll see if Wayne's got something in this block.
No, sir. No hockey for me tonight, Tony.
No hockey tonight from Wayne tonight, passing on the ice. So let's continue here on the drive-thru as we close out hockey with the rest of the games here on this card, and they will be here. Jets and Islanders. We've got Jets $1.87, total 5.5. Devils and Stars. Stars $1.57, total 5.5. Penguins and Avs here. Avs big favorites, $2.62, total 6.5. Oilers and Ducks. Look at the Oilers here, $3.34, total 6.5. Kraken and Wild. Kraken $1.15. Total sits at 5.5. That wraps up hockey. We start this block off with Damon.
I'm going to take the Wild in this one. I'm just leaning towards this one, Wild over the Kraken. I know Minnesota here is dealing with some injuries, but they are 21-9 and 3 on the road this season. Best record, road record in the NHL. The Kraken goaltending situation doesn't really excite me too much, so I'm going to take the Wild here on the road.
From Damon, next up, we move over to Rod.
Yeah, look at this late night slate of NHL action. First one I'm looking at here in this late night slate will be give me the Winnipeg Jets on the puck line to beat up the Islanders. Just a tough spot for this New York Islanders club. You look at this third game at 4-night spot for this Islanders club and getting beat by the Rangers again last night, getting whooped 4-0, struggling to put some goals in the back of the net is this Islanders club. And if going against the solid goalie of a Hellebuck in goal tonight. He's not confirmed, but I really think it is going to be Hellebuck for the Jets in that one. Sorokin going for the Islanders. You better hope he stands on his head. His last game, he didn't look so good. He let 5 in that contest, did Sorokin. So he's looking for a bounce back here, but I don't think he gets it. Jets beat him up. I'm going to take the Jets. -2.5. I think they just hand it to the Islanders tonight. Just a bad spot for these Islanders stuff. Teams on 3-4. We know we fade them in basketball. You do the same thing in the NHL. Give me the over. Pittsburgh and Colorado. You're going to see plenty of goals going in that one. Pittsburgh, hey, they're second in the NHL, worst defensively, giving up well over 3.3 goals a game. And Colorado, that's Wedgwood going in goal for Colorado tonight there in that one. He's good for giving up some goals as well. Give me the over 6.5 there. And then one more, I like the Ducks here in the first period. Take them on the money line. I know the Oilers after their long road trip. And a lot of these guys on the Oilers went on vacation. They took a vacation. Some went to Hawaii. Some went to Mexico, but enjoyed some sun. And then after their vacation, they just come back home. They went to Philadelphia. And they played the big, long road trip. Ended it in Carolina, and then came back home. So you look at McDavid himself. He left for the Four Nations and just got back home after finishing that Carolina game. So that's a couple of weeks away for a lot of these guys on the Oilers. So slow start, yes sirree. Give me the Ducks on the money line in that one. Yeah, first period, Ducks. There. Kick it out huge. Nice price on it too.
Yep, first price there. We got you through the NHL. Now it's time for our Parlay Purple segment where our captains can give out a parlay, get out team player prop, game of the future. I don't know if we got some baseball tonight. So we've had some night games now in Major League. No, they were all under the sun today. So no night baseball today, but maybe one for tomorrow. We'll see what the Cappers have. It's their segment. What you got, Rod?
I'm telling them, don't do it.
Don't
bet any baseball.
Don't bet any
Seriously. If you want to be a DJ and bet on your own preseason baseball, then you have at her. But looking for a premium play in the MLB?
No, thanks.
That's like expecting lightning to strike you right up over here. Because come on, man, you can't tell me that you can cap a game in the preseason and who's going to start and how long they're going to go, and then who's following up with that pitcher, and then who's going to follow him up. That you can actually process and make a game plan in your head in a preseason baseball game that you know what's going to happen. No chance. No chance. It's rolling the dice. It's a lotto pick at best if you're betting preseason MLB. Sorry, my rant's over. I'm just telling you, that's the way it is in MLB. We all are a little bit of DJ, and we love to bet some of that daytime action. Go light. Don't do your same bet size on those MLB bets. Because I know we like to sprinkle a little going, hey, the Cubs are taking on the Dodgers. It's 11 Eastern today to kick off the day. We'll put a little bit. Don't go crazy.
We just need those DJ college basketball games. That's the problem. They're not getting those early starts.
Yeah, we need a couple more daytime ones to kick it off, right?
Yeah, there hasn't been any of those DJ basketball. And even tomorrow, there's nothing. 6:30 is the first start, so we need those DJ starts. That's the problem with these guys. So in this, we started off with Damien.
I got a spring training baseball game for tomorrow night that I really like.
He was at
God,
spring
no.
training, so he should know. Damon should know. He scouted. He was at spring training scouting the game with Brian Billy.
Yeah, that was Brian. No, but actually, taking a look at baseball, not a spring training game, but a future, I actually like the Cincinnati Reds here to win the NL Central. It's a team that I think have been bitten by the injury bug in the last couple seasons, but I think they have a really talented roster. I absolutely love Ellie De La Cruz. I think he has an outside chance if you can hit the ball on the ground to maybe be even the MVP of the league. But they made a nice trade in the offseason, got rid of Jonathan India, who was a nice player, but they're able to bring in Brady Singer, improve that pitching staff. So for a future, I like the Reds to win the NL Central.
They are from Damien. Next up, we move on over to Rod.
And we're going to go with the little three-teamer money line parlay. We're going to take Texas A&M on the money line. We're going to take the San Jose Sharks on the money line. And we're going to take the Columbus Blue Jackets on the money line. Little three-teamer for you tonight.
They are from Rod on over to Wayne.
Yeah, Eastern Michigan plus the points. Bowling Green minus the points. And we'll lay it with the Cavs.
Mate with the Cavs there from Wayne. Tell you what I like. I like the over in the Pacers and Rockets. I like Georgetown plus the points, and as well Nevada here in that one against New Mexico. All right, we guys should do our parlay segment. Let's take a look and see what we have going on over at Pick.Prim for nice action. Lots of hoops and action on the ice tonight. We'll start off with Wayne to see what he's got going on over at Pick.Prim for nice action. Wayne, what do you got for sale?
Just the NBA, 2 plays on the NBA. Gave you guys my college basketball for today. Just 2 NBA, 1 for sale, 1 for long term. So I always look to get in the long term. You get as soon as I release a play, you'll get it early. You'll beat the line movement. You can pair me up with one of these top guys that you see over here on the site, and we'll continue to put money in your pocket. Excited for baseball coming up. We'll start to dive into NHL a little more as basketball starts to dwindle down, but plenty of action.
That's right, guys. Got on board with Wayne Scott over at Pick.Prim. Great results from Wayne. I think weren't you learning baseball last year?
Yeah, me and Mitch, we were battling back and forth. He ended up getting me by a couple units, but even in the year before, I was first majority of the season. Ended up finishing second both seasons. So very profitable in baseball. Looking to continue. Same betting style, same way. Not changing nothing.
That's right. Remember that 1 month pass covers the entire March Madness, even the minor tournaments, and the first 2 weeks of baseball. When you get that 1 month pass, because we have a late March start this year. We have in a couple of weeks, we start in Japan, then a few weeks after that in the North American openers in late March. So remember that 1 month pass gets you baseball too as well. Let's see what Rod has. Let's see what Damien has for sale over at Pick.Prim. Damien putting together some impressive numbers over the last 7 days.
Yeah, I've got 1 NBA play for sale, 1 NHL play for sale, and then I have 3 college basketball plays that are up there for sale. But long-term subscribers will get a few more college basketball selection. I really like the card tonight, so hop on a long-term plan. And I always say, I love the 2-for-1 capper deal. Hook me up with one of these other great cappers on this site. Put both of us to work for you, where you get the most bang for your buck.
Very good. Yes, right. Get on board with Damien over at Pick.Prim. Long-term pass, 2-for-1 cap promotion. Way to roll. Let's see what Rod has for sale over at Pick.Prim. Rod has been on a heater hot here. Nearly 1,900 units of profit last 7 days. All documented. What do you got for sale, Rod?
And for me, over at Pick.Prim tonight, I've got my college basketball slam dunk pick of the night. We're going for our 12th straight with it. It's sold singly, or it's in my Tuesday college basketball triple. We're on a 77-51 run in college basketball itself over the last month, so I've been hot in college basketball too, heading into the tournament. Or all college basketball's in Tackle the Book Tuesday here, where I've got 5 college basketball bets and my top play on the NHL slate, or my top play on the NBA action as well. So you can grab that Tackle the Bookie pass, or hey, grab a 3-day, grab a 7-day, grab a 30-day pass. You see we've been hot, and we're going to continue to stay hot in the month of March. Excited for March Madness. Taking all that data and information we've compiled over the last months of watching college basketball is about to pay off. So definitely jump aboard that college basketball pass that I've got going. Rest of the season, it's $2.99. Use the promo code PICK at checkout. Save 15% off. That's the way to go. You'll get everything I got going this March Madness till that final cutting of the net. Jump aboard long term. And as Damien said, 2-for-1 capper, 3-for-1, 4-for-1 parasol up that you see on the show today. and let us all put that work in and put some cash in your pocket tonight. So get to it. Head on over, scoop it up. Let's get to it.
Get on board with Rod over at Pick Dawgz Premium. I got a best bet on the board right now for you guys. So get on board with me over at Pick Dawgz Premium. Best bet here from NBA, as well as the 3-pack mix in college, as well as NBA in that 3-pack. 4 premiums for you on the board. Oh, good. May consider that long-term pass. Remember that 1-month pass, 30-day pass. Get you my entire March Madness coverage as well. First few weeks of baseball, all the NBA. And, of course, multi-cap promotion. Match up with all your favorite cappers, Damian, Rod, and Wayne on that multi-cap promotion. And get signed up and use promo code PICK at checkout to save that 15%. With you here, guys, here Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern time. So make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications, be live with us so you get those plays for you in real time. All right, Wayne, anything going on in the boxing world?
Tony, I'll be better prepared for that tomorrow. Nothing that I can think of off the top of my head, but I haven't really scanned this weekend and next week's card. But exciting fight that just passed, though, that Gervonta Davis and Roach fight. Gave out my 5th winner in a row with Antoine Russell over name slipping me right now. Oh, Ryu. So anybody who cashed with me on that, I'm excited for that. But some decent cards has been passed, and some decent cards coming up.
Decent cards come up indeed there. So check us out here with Wayne here with his boxing on the show. All right, Rod, pretty much regular here on the drive-through. You chip in now on a Sundays on the weekend show.
Yeah, definitely regular here on the drive-through Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and you can be on the weekend shows on Sundays now. Been in the last couple Sundays. You're regular there, so definitely tune in on the weekend as well. Definitely good time had by all giving out some winners there on the morning show.
Morning show indeed, guys. That's going to do it for this edition of drive-through. We're back again tomorrow live at 6 p.m. Eastern time. Like, subscribe, set notifications. Before we go, does anybody have anything to say in closing before we let them go?
Yep, take the Pirates tomorrow morning. They're taking on the Blue Jays. Got our buddy Mitch Keller's on the mound going for the Pirates, and he's going against our buddy Gausman's on the mound for the Blue Jays. So take the Pirates there in that one. We know all about why we're taking the Pirates there in that one, boys. Let's do it. Let's get to it.
Let's do it. Pirates with the we need some DGen early action. But college basketball has not been getting the job done this week with those early games. Come on, let's get these.
So the Pirates will get the job done for us tomorrow morning. It's a DGen special.
Your DGen special there. All right, there you go. That's going to do it for the drive-through. Back again tomorrow. We'll wait. Goodbye, guys.